I'm just saying that I'm not gonna be a cheerleader, okay?
Don't doubt me now. You don't start off by doubting me, you feel me?
You're dead. You're gone. I don't even know who you are. You're vapor.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Cheats Corner. Today we're going to be talking about the latest episode of Happily Ever After. This last episode showed us that there's a very dysfunctional marriage dynamic happening between Rob and Sophie, and many times I was extremely upset throughout this episode. And not only that, but it was a little touching because we got to see a lot of interactions with family members that have not necessarily wanted to have those interactions in the past. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get this ball rolling. First off, we have Thais and Patrick. Patrick knows how important it is in this trip that he needs to create a connection with Carlos to make this relationship work. And it was funny to me to see them interact with each other, because at any time that Patrick suggests something to Carlos, he tells him, you know, maybe we should do fishing, maybe we should do skiing. Carlos every single time says no.
Carlos, talvez mais tarde nós podemos pescar.
Sou muito fã, não.
Podemos ir jet ski.
Jet ski? Também não.
And then on the other side, you have John and Carlos creating a connection.
You're like, cerveja?
Refri e uma cerveja.
Frio ou cerveja?
Legal.
Like, even though they don't speak the same language, it's hard to me, in my perspective, it's hard to feel like Carlos is not doing this on purpose, especially because of this statement.
O John é o seguinte, aparentemente parece que o John ele tá tendo mais coragem de aproximar comigo, assim, para conversar.
Because to me, what do you mean he needs more guts? Like, he has tried to create conversations with him many times. I mean, he even told you he's not asking for your daughter's hand. And I would say that's having guts. Like, the fact that he was even able to do that, that's guts. And he's also not as outgoing as John, but you're also not trying. That interaction was a little heartbreaking to me because Patrick was trying his best to create a connection and try to get Carlos to talk to him, while Carlos was doing his best not to talk to Patrick. So yeah, I don't know how that's gonna play out in the next episode, but I really hope that maybe Carlos will put his guard down a little bit, because it's all in his hands at this point. Now, moving over to Angela and Michael, you know, Angela finally goes inside the house. There was a bunch of kids in there. I don't understand why there's so many kids. Like, is Skyla the only mom there? Like, is there no other parents around? I don't understand what's going on there.
Did I surprise you?
Who the best papa? Who the best papa?
And then finally, Michael walks inside the door, and that was very heartwarming. All the kids surrounding him and being so happy to see him and calling him Papa. It was a really nice moment, and also understanding that, you know, Michael has been trying to get to the US for years, and finally seeing him here and being so emotional about it and just so happy of all the situation. It's just very nice.
Unreal to me, like it feels like I'm dreaming.
Eventually, as he's inside the house, Angela starts showing him everything. You know, this is the kitchen, this is the room. But then when they walk into her room,
Angie.
and Michael realizes how dirty the house is in general, and just like how dirty her room is, he's definitely shocked. Like, he can't even comprehend that the room is so dirty. I don't know about you guys, but like, when I go on trips, I like to clean the house before I leave, so when I come back, everything is set in place. And it's so overwhelming to come back to a dirty home. But let me know what you guys think about that situation. Also, Skyla was so receptive of Michael when he got there, but she did say that the only reason why she did it is because...
But I do see that Mama's happy, that everybody's in a good mood, so I'm not gonna ruin the moment.
And as we see on the recap, she is gonna have a conversation with both of them about the whole sketchy thing. So we'll get to see that later on. Now, let's move over to one of the situations that upset me the most throughout this episode, and that is regarding Sophie and Rob. Sophie is shaking her ass while her man is over there talking to the bottle girls. And judging by the drink that she got, she's going to have a hell night. Well, she's talking to Kay about all the trust issues that she has and the fact that she can't even think about Rob without thinking that, you know, he's cheating or he's doing shady stuff and he's being a hoe.
You know, I am anxious about what Rob is doing, and like, I'm not bothering him because I don't want to be controlling and be like, call me, you know?
But then Kay tells her that she needs to be with someone where she doesn't worry about her partner going out. And Sophie tells her that it doesn't matter because even if it was someone else, she would still have the same trust issues because every relationship that she has had in the past, she has experienced cheating.
I still don't necessarily regret moving out, but at the same time, what if this distance makes things worse between us?
Oh, it will. It will. Were you seriously expecting your relationship to get stronger by you moving out? That's not how it works. Then Kay fills the rumors of her being in love with Sophie because she has this to say.
Rob would be out the and it'd be me and Sophie forever. I'd marry her. I'd do whatever I need. Like, that's my bitch.
And okay, I'm pretty sure that the day she gets in a relationship with someone, she's not going to be able to be next to Sophie every day and marry her and love her the way that her partner would. Now, let's move over to Kansas to see how much of a whore Rob is being.
Hola. Can I have your number? You got my number? Can I have your number?
The entire time, this girl is kissing him on the cheek, kissing him, and then asking for his phone number. Then Rob tells her, you know what? I'm not going to give it to you right now because I'm going to go inside. I still have some bottles to finish. And then she's like, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? And Rob tells her, are you doubting me? Are you doubting me? It was just so inappropriate at this point. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I really, 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 really wanted to punch this girl. Like, it is so inappropriate, the amount of interactions that are happening right now outside of your marriage. What the f?
Go! You disgust me! Go!
Then eventually Rob starts saying that this is kind of itchy, you know?
I could scratch that itch.
Because he hasn't had any intimacy or any attention in the way that this BITCH is treating him. It's just like rising him up. It's just giving him that little boost of confidence and stuff. And it's just wild to me.
I don't know what the right move is, Twan.
The right decision is to give this girl no attention and leave. But then his dumb friends are encouraging him to cheat on Sophie.
Seems like she's doing her right now, so only right that you do you.
Like, encouraging him to go do it. Genuine question, how much do you guys value marriage? Because right now it just seems like a game to everyone, to Rob, to Sophie, to the friends. Like, what the actual F?
But I'm not 100% sure that she's capable of reciprocating that.
Then Sophie calls him to wish him happy birthday, and then she tells him I love you. However, Rob takes this as, oh, she's trying to manipulate me.
All right then, bye.
Oh, I love you.
I love you too.
Bye.
And I could understand that because, like he said, she might be doing it because she knows that there will be women at the club and they're going to try to talk to him, and she's putting the seed of, look, I still care for you, I still want you. But then when we come back to Sophie, she's wasted to the point that she can't even speak properly. Like, genuinely, this was Sophie. I just love him. I like, you know, people look at him. He's just so attractive, and I love him. Like, I love Rob. He pisses me off, but I love Rob.
I understand how Rob works. No other bitch understands that. They don't. They see a cute light-skinned guy. I know Rob. He just pisses me off.
Like, she was so wasted, and I get it, you know, we all get wasted, we all get drunk, but you guys should be fixing your marital issues if that's what you guys are trying to do. Like, Sophie and Rob have treated this marriage like it's not a marriage, and that's just so upsetting to me because a lot of people just treat it like it's a piece of paper. It's not a piece of paper. It's a commitment that you make to someone else to be in their life forever. If you weren't ready to make that commitment, then why did you do it in the first place? Whatever. Eventually, Rob leaves, his friends leave, and we don't see if he ends up leaving with the girl, but I think that there might have been a chance that he did, or maybe she was planted by production. Rob woke up this morning after probably sleeping with that girl, or maybe just sexting, and has now reflected on him and Sophie not working out. He says that he feels like she's playing with his feelings because she told him, I love you, but then has not called him back since then, and she didn't come home.
I hoped that I could get to that point where then I could start to function together, where I could just be her husband and she could just be my wife. But she didn't give me any room to make anything work.
He's preparing himself to break up with her, and look, I get him. Sophie has stepped away from this relationship multiple times, but so has he. And someone has to give in. And it's looking a lot like Rob is going to be the one that breaks the situation.
I just texted her and said, I'll be at K's at 4:30. If you have any respect for me whatsoever, you'll be there and come talk to me.
I'm actually very happy to see that they're gonna break up. So when he sent a message to her, I thought it was a great message. I was like, yeah, let's go, let's do this. We're done with you guys. But we do know that they're gonna end up getting back together, even if they do break up this season. Now, when it comes to Kobe and Emily, Kobe tells Emily that he has been thinking of moving to Cameroon for a year or two with the kids so they can go ahead and experience what it's like to live here. However, Emily disagrees. She does not want to move here, at least not now. She thinks that the kids are way too young to even comprehend what's happening right now.
A year of something can impact your life. It depends,
maybe
like,
when he's 6 or 7, when
Nope.
he remembers it.
And not only are they way too young, but like they're not gonna remember that. And she does tell him that maybe they can do it in the future when they're a little older, maybe when their oldest turns 6, but not at the moment. I think the part that upset me the most about this entire situation was that even after they had this conversation that they didn't finish, Emily decides to bring up the topic in front of her parents while in the car.
You said you wanted to live here for a couple years.
Wait a minute, let's talk just, where would you live?
And then everyone in the car attacks Kobe because that's what it seemed like, to the point where they're asking him all these questions. What job are you gonna have? How much money are you going to make? Where are you gonna live? How is it gonna be? Blah, 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 blah. Like, you should be fixing that issue first with your husband in the 4 walls of your bedroom before you even decide to bring it up to your, because it's none of their goddamn business right now. You should have fixed that problem yourself. But moving on. Now, let's move on to more shitty behavior, and let's talk about Alexei and Loren. Right off the bat, Alex tells her that he did not expect his dinner.
Came out of nowhere, this stuff.
I know it probably wasn't the best timing, but I wanted to tell you.
Loren tells him that it wasn't meant to be like that, but it's something that she wanted to share with him, and that she understands that maybe it wasn't the best time to bring it up.
I don't know why you're telling me that while I'm saying, you know, we're starting to go back to norm.
She's telling you because you are her husband and she wants your support. But that's not something that you seem to understand right now. Loren continues to explain to him that there's moms out there that do it all. They work, they take care of the kids, their husbands, they take care of the house. And she knows that she's capable of that. And what does he have to say?
I hope
want
you
you
can.
to support that and see. I can, I will.
I hope, because I'm telling you, that's not what's important for me.
I really need you guys to understand that responses like this are not normal, especially when he has not even considered what's important to her. Yes, Loren got surgery, but even then, Alexi still let her do things that she wasn't supposed to do during recovery. I mean, they even had a fight about it because Alexi wanted her to go back to Supermom and Loren wasn't ready yet. Like, this is what we call weaponized incompetence. Loren also asked if he wants her to just take care of the kids, the house, and him, and he says, yes, this is what I want. He does say that this is way more important to him.
I'm just saying that I'm not gonna be a cheerleader, okay? Any man in the world that respects himself and his manhood don't want his wife to tell him, come be my cheerleader.
I'm sorry that your masculinity is so weak that is threatened by your wife asking you to be her cheerleader. In a marriage, you're supposed to support your partner, and it's not like what she's asking you is extremely unreasonable. Loren tells him that she does not want him wearing a cheerleader outfit with pom-poms in his hands, but she wants someone to just show support and just have an open conversation with her.
Didn't like the surgery idea, and still you went with it.
Loren is free to do as she pleases with her body after she gave you 3 children. And if it takes a surgery to get her back to the body that she loved, then so be it. He says that he was barely surviving those 2 months, and he cannot imagine having her do a career because it would put more pressure on his shoulders.
What it was before, maybe it's different now, and now she wants something else. Then it's a serious problem. I mean, I don't know how the future is going to look.
Doesn't your wife work already? Like, doesn't she do all the influencer stuff and post brand deals and all these stuff while still taking care of the house, the kids, and you? So what's the problem now? What's the problem now? She has already shown you that she can manage having a job, the kids, and you. Are you too afraid of her realizing that you might be holding her back? Why don't you support her instead, honestly? Look, I know that my relationship is not perfect, but I have a good man by my side. Like, both of us cook, both of us clean, we take turns to watch our kids because we make sure that both of us get alone time with no interruptions. Oh, and when I go out, I don't get calls from him to ask me where the diapers are, how to turn on the freaking washer, because guess what? He knows how to do that. When I told him that I wanted to make videos, he thought himself had to edit so he could be my editor. When I went through postpartum depression, he helped me through it. And anytime that I shared with him that I felt lost, he cheers me on. He cheers me on. But moving on. After last night, Alex and Loren are going to have a conversation about what happened, and Alex apologizes for the way that he acted. He tells her that he has a reason why he acted that way, and to him is that he has always been a supportive husband. But when Loren said that he wasn't being supportive about her going back to work, it just tipped him off, and he became extremely emotional and upset about the situation.
I want to be able to provide a little bit and, like, you know, not just sit at home and do nothing. Like, I really want to do it for our family.
Now, this is something that happens to a lot of stay-home moms, that they feel like they don't do anything at home, even though they're doing so much. So eventually, as they're having this conversation, Alexi agrees to let her get a job, but he wants her to not jeopardize the job that she already has. And this is what he says.
If you can, you know, merge the two.
Yeah. Nothing will ever take me away from family.
I personally think that Loren should have asked, what do you mean by merge? Because to me, it sounds like Alexi wants her to do everything related to the house on top of having a job. And to me, when Loren goes back to working and Alexi is working too, the household, children, chores should be split down the middle, okay? Because both of you guys are going now to work, and now you guys are going back to take care of the kids and take care of the house, take care of your relationship. So it's not fair, in my opinion. It is not fair to put all those responsibilities on top of Loren after she gets a job. Now, I understand that maybe they had an agreement where Loren stayed home and did the mom duties and the wife duties while Alexi went out and was the breadwinner of the family. However, things change, okay? Things change, and she does not want to be home anymore. She does not want to be taking care of the kids. I think a lot of us moms have at one point said, you know what? I do want to take care of the kids. I do want to be home and be the wife and take care of everything. But I think something that a lot of people have not realized is how much work goes into being a stay-at-home mom. It's a job that never ends. You literally, the moment you wake up, to the moment that you wake up again, because it doesn't even end at night. Since your husband's going out and getting all the money, you have to make sure that if the kids wake up, if the kids do anything at night, you are there taking care of them. And when your husband is out there making the money and he's taking a 15-minute break or is taking an hour lunch, you don't get that. You have to take lunch with your kids. You have to take a break with your kids. And if Alexi comes home and he goes, that's it, I'm done. I did my part. It's time for me to sit down and watch TV. When is Loren gonna take a break? When is Loren gonna take a break? And trust me, I am not the biggest fan of Loren. I never been. I never been of Loren, and I never been of Alexi because of their social media posts. They're just a little bit out of touch with a lot of things. But this is the reality that a lot of moms go through, that some people really don't understand. And yeah, that's what I have to say about the situation. That situation really bothered me because, like I said, I don't have a perfect marriage, but I have a good marriage and I have a good husband. Now let's talk about Ashley and Manuel. Manuel has finally decided to have a conversation where he admits to talking to his baby mama once a month.
¿Estabas hablando con su exnovia?
Claro. He hablado con ella una vez por mes. ¿Qué pasó de mis hijos?
And that the reason he didn't tell Ashley is because she always overreacts. He also shares that the reason why he doesn't tell her anything is because he feels less of a man because he cannot provide for his family.
Me siento impotente, no puedo trabajar para ayudar a mi familia.
Ashley tells him that she understands, but he needs to tell her because, you know, if not, her brain starts creating all the possible scenarios of what is he doing, what is he not doing.
No quiero compartirte mis tristezas, no quiero compartirte todo lo que realmente siento en mi corazón, porque no quiero hacerte sentir mal a ti.
And that's what a marriage is about, Manuel. You share burdens, you share happiness, sadness, because your partner should be there to listen to you and support you. He then says that the $300 that he wanted was for his mom because she got injured, and if he would have just told Ashley, she would have never questioned him.
Tú no sabes cuánto extraño a mi familia. Pero no estoy ahí para ellos. No estoy ahí para ellos. Eso es lo que me duele.
He also becomes extremely emotional and tells her how much it hurts him to not be near his family. And I think this is what we all want from Manuel. We want to see him be vulnerable. We want to see him share those things with Ashley so we can understand where he's coming from. When you bottle all those things up in your head and in your heart and your body, it makes you sick. Like, I'm a big believer that if you continue to just put a bunch of negative things in your body, all this negative thoughts, all this negative energy, then you're gonna get sick. You're gonna get bad. So you need to make sure to talk to your partner, especially because all she has been asking you to do is to talk to her, Manuel. It's not that difficult. And I get it. I get it that a lot of Latino men suffer from this. And it's not just Latino men. A lot of Black men, a lot of men in general have a hard time communicating their emotions with everyone else because they feel like they're less of. And that is not the case. You guys need to become open. You guys need to share those things. It is important that you are emotionally intelligent and emotionally mature to be able to have this conversation. Yeah, I would love to know what you guys thought about this episode. What do you guys think of Alexi's weaponized incompetence? What do you guys think of Manuel finally opening up to Ashley? Do you guys think that Carlos is creating a connection with John on purpose to piss off Patrick? And I didn't talk about Jasmine and Gino because I didn't find them interesting. And Jasmine cried again over Gino criticizing her. I just find it funny that Jasmine has all this time in her hands to do the pageant thing and use the money for the pageant instead of using it to bring her children to the US. But that's just my opinion. My children would have come first no matter what, but I guess everyone has different priorities, right? So that's gonna be it for today, guys. I'll see you next time for the 90-Day Fiancé the other way, which I'm loving so far. Don't forget, as always, to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll talk again soon.